Good morning, ladies. Happy Tuesday. Here I am. Every morning before I start my day, before I get out there and run or do anything, I actually do a lot of reading, and occasionally I come across something that I want to share with you guys, because if I see a lesson in it for myself, I'm sure somebody else can grab a lesson from it also. So I'm going to read to you a little excerpt from the book I'm reading. It's actually probably upside down, The Entrepreneur, which is actually a real good book from Darren Hardy, who is the writer for Success Magazine. He's actually the owner of Success Magazine. I actually met this guy, but anyway, that's here nor there. All right, here we go. You can't be a great leader if you spend your time doing tasks that aren't actually leadership. The reason most people don't make it to billionaire status is because they're doing the opposite. They are taking on more and more tasks for which they are not the most skilled or best suited. When you are not a specialist at something, results are diminished. And when you are doing more and more tasks, you simultaneously diminishing your abilities to do what your real specialty needs to become is lead. You can't lead if you are designing brochures. You can't lead if you are doing accounting. You can't lead if you are managing production. You can't be a great leader if you keep doing things that aren't actually leadership. Get out of the way. Let others take the lead on those roles. You're the head coach, not the player. Imagine if the head coach ran into the field to throw a pass, make a block, or intercept the throw. They throw him out of the stadium, but business leaders are doing that to their people all the time. Be a quitter. Do your real job and let your team do theirs. Well, the reason I read that to you, it made me actually, it reminded me of a lesson that I actually got from John Maxwell. We were part of a leadership program, and I was in a room full of a couple hundred people, and he asked us to stand up and ask any questions. So, of course, me being who I am, stood up and asked a question. In a nutshell, I'm going to share something with you. But being in network marketing and in direct sales, so this kind of lesson is going to go out to all you business ladies out there. And if you consider yourself a leader or you're trying to grow your teams right now, this is something that you want to actually pay attention to what I'm going to say to you. I've always considered myself a leader. I have leadership abilities, qualities, but my problem with me is that I tend to overdo everything. I don't want to say I'm a control freak, but when you're the type A personality that I am, you think that nobody else can do it as good as you, so you must do it all. So in a nutshell, I asked John Maxwell a question, and the question was, I grew a very successful team, very successful, blasted very quickly, but there came a time when I became a grandmother that I stepped back to enjoy my granddaughters. And when I stepped back, my team went, meow. And my question to John Maxwell was, how do you balance your business life, your professional life, and your family life? If you're passionate about all these things, how are you able to balance that out? And he looked at me and he kind of chuckled to himself, and he made an announcement to the room that this was probably the best question that was being asked right now. And his answer to me is that you're obviously a leader, but you did not produce leaders underneath you. You're probably one of these people who got out in the field and you did it all yourself. You made yourself available to everybody at all times. You did the presentations. You did it all. And that making these people rely on you for your skills instead of creating leaders in themselves. And I was like, whoa. That was a big lesson for me to learn, because it's exactly what I did. He said, you should have been able to step aside and be in your season, as he called it, and go enjoy your grandchildren, and your team should have continued to flourish without you. But the mere fact that it collapsed without you shows that you did not build other leaders. So that was a big lesson for me, and and I'm actually applying that now even to this Fight Club for Women, even in the business portion of this. To be able to step back and be like, all right, you know what? Let other people that are skilled in areas that I'm not take control. Yeah, I'm good at a lot of things, but there's some areas that I'll be the first to admit that, I want no parts of this. It's not what I do, But to let go of the reins and kick back and let other people do what they do naturally and that they're really good at was a big lesson for me. So my lesson to you ladies is right now, especially if you're in business right now and you're trying to grow a team and if you consider yourself a leader, because basically anybody can be a leader, okay? But it's being able to teach other people how to be leaders is key. and being able to teach other people how to step up and take control of the reins. So what you're witnessing with me as far as Fight Club for Women goes, and I'm only speaking for myself right now, is I'm trying to get you ladies to take control of your own reins. And you know, take control of yourself. But if you're growing teams and you're trying to help your teams grow, you need to duplicate yourself. You need to duplicate yourself.